for sunshine, I gotta love it and never let it tomato. Take me away, a great escape. Y'all aren't here to listen to me singing that gorgeous falsetto. Hey y'all, my name is Kayla and welcome back to my cozy catty corner of the internet. In today's video, I'm deciding to hop on the 10 to the end bandwagon. Apparently this was big on TikTok. Don't know that, I don't do the TikTok. And it has made its way over to YouTube or the booktube hemisphere, okay? So I'm hopping on, we're checking it out, we're testing the waters, dipping our toes in, seeing what it's all about. This morning I made myself a hot chocolate, but it has a shot of espresso in it. Does that make it a mocha? I feel like that's not what a mocha actually is, but I feel like every time I've done anything with hot chocolate and coffee, I always just call it a mocha. And clearly I need to top it up with all the whipped cream in the world. Anyways, let's not waste any more time. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? You should be. And then don't forget to like this video. That'd be great. Thanks. Appreciate you. I have a stack of 10 books. These aren't like necessarily my most anticipated books that I really want to wrap up the year with. They're just a come here. Come up here. No, this is Echo. Say hi, Echo. Can you see her? This is Jinx, my little demon child. Okay, out. It's morning time. I'm currently filming this at like 7 in the morning, which is usually the time where they're like running around being little demon children. But as I was stating, this isn't a stack of books that are like my absolute must read books. You know, I will get to those books eventually, but these are just kind of like books that I think would be fun to wrap up the end of 2024 with. To start is actually a book I started in 2023, spring, summer of 2023. And it was a book I had checked out from the library, started reading it. It seemed interesting, and then I just kind of like put it down. And when I say I put it down, I just had to return it to the library. And it was always in the back of my mind. This year, I delved into the world of booktube, and I feel like this book is mentioned so frequently by a variety of people that I was like, oh my god, I started reading that book. If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I am very excited to hop back into this book. It is a book about a troupe of Shakespeare students. They're at a university or a prestigious college where they are, you know, delving into the world of Shakespeare. And a tragedy strikes. And how do we know a tragedy strikes? We start this book with our main male lead getting out of jail. If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. Up next, we have What Beasts at Night by T. Kingfisher. This is part 2 in the Sworn Soldier series. I read part 1, which was What Moves the Dead. I really enjoyed that one, but I'm intrigued to see how this one goes because book 1 was based on The Fall of House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe, and this one is just bringing our main character Alex, and we're now going back to their homeland. So I'm intrigued to see if this is based off of something else or if it's just a new story with our sworn soldier. Because obviously the year ends with December, the month of all the seasonal holidays, I decided to throw on there The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. This was actually a part of a birthday present that one of my girlfriends gave me where she literally wrapped 12 books for every single month. And so now I have like a little gift to open for every month throughout, obviously, November through October of next year. So that is so sweet. And so obviously I need to read this one because this was November's book. This is kind of giving like Hallmark vibes, but like S-tier Hallmark movie vibes, you know? Small town, little romance. I think there's a little mystery element in here. I'm very intrigued to hop into this. And also this cover, I just think this is so stinking adorable for a holiday book to just have those little foil elements on it. I love it. We have a author that you might know for a certain round bear who wears a red shirt. Winnie the Pooh. But this is that author, A.A. Milne's one and only adult mystery. I am so excited to delve in this. This seems like just honestly a classic whodunit. I found this at one of my favorite local bookstores here in St. Paul called Next Chapter Books. I feel like a darling of 2023 booktube, Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I am so intrigued to hop into this book. Also, getting a paperback of this, I may have purchased this from Blackwell's, which is a UK bookstore, because the US isn't supposed to get a paperback of R.F. Kuang's Yellowface until next year, 2025. And I just wanted a paperback. I don't know why, but something about this book, I was like, I just want a paperback, you know? Sometimes you just want a paperback. Yellowface, if you don't already know, is about a Asian author who has a friend who is also an author, but her friend is Caucasian, and her friend is very annoyed and upset because she thinks that like she isn't having any of her books published because she's white. Well, one day the white author and the Asian author are hanging out, having a good time, having a little kiki over lunch, breakfast, dinner. They're having a meal of some sort. And our Asian author unfortunately comes to her demise when she chokes on her food. What you need to know is she was working on a transcript for a book that she was about to publish. And her white friend may have stolen her transcript and is now trying to pass it off as her own. We have a seasonal book, part of the Dreamhaven Books series. Book 1, Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I liked, I enjoyed. I thought it was a good little romp around the town. Book 2, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Whiplash, because book 1 had just like a smooch of spice, and book 2 was a full-on makeout session of spice. And so I'm intrigued to see what we are brought with the Christmas Tree Farm in book 3. Also, these books are just so stinking cute. If you can get your hands on the ones that have the gold foiling, I would highly encourage you. I'm not gonna lie, I really am trying not to order books on Amazon anymore, but the Dreamhaven book series, if you buy them on Amazon, all the ones I've purchased have had the gold foiling. Otherwise, if you're local to the Twin Cities, Tropes and Trifles, which is our local romance-specific bookstore, I know they typically carry the gold foiled versions of these books. But the next book that I have been saying, oh my god, I'm so excited to read, I'm so excited to read, I'm so excited to read. I'm sure this has been on a handful of TBRs, but that is Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. This is like the one book on this list that I need to read. Like, this is no exceptions. There's like no reason why I can't read this book. I need to read it. Why? Because Faithbreaker is coming out in spring of 2025, and I cannot wait. I believe this is the final book of the God Killer series. Sunbringer. We need to delve into this. I need to know what's happening with our friends in this world. Next, we have Lady Macbeth by Ava Reed. If you don't know, I am absolutely obsessed with this cover. How can you not be? You can't look at this cover and tell me that it's not absolutely stunning, gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, fantastic. I don't believe it. But Lady Macbeth is a retelling of the infamous Macbeth by William Shakespeare, except this is from the point of view of Macbeth's wife, Lady Macbeth. And we actually start this book off with her before she has even met Macbeth. If you don't know, in Macbeth, like, they already have a well-established relationship. They're already doing the thing, kicking ass and taking names. But in this book, we see her introduction to not only Macbeth, but the world of the Scots. Because I believe she is from a land of France? They aren't quite specific on where she's from. Like, they say the names, but they aren't names that you would know in modern times. Now, if you were counting, you would know that I've already listed off 10 books. But I do have an honorable mention for this list, and that is Autopsy by Dante Collins. This is a very short poetry book, and this book delves with the world of grief. And to be honest with you, I purchased this book last year after my father had passed away unexpectedly, and I've never cracked open this book, but a part of me always is drawn to cracking open this book of poetry. So yeah, my little poetry book of grief and the process of dealing with it. That is all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are inspired to build your own 10 to the end list. And even if you don't read all 10 books, first and foremost, never feel bad about not being able to read 10 books, okay? There was a time where I didn't read a single book in a single year. So no matter how many books you read this year, I just encourage you to pick up one, even if you don't finish it. Just crack the spine a little. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you next week for another video.
Time to say goodbye. Our day was great, now it's time to go home. It's getting late, we've laughed and played under the sun.